Wednesday.
The judge denied bail.
Let the revelations begin.
You go on a romantic vacation with that same exact man.
This stabbing was going to get me control over Gary's assets.
Tyler Perry's Sistas on next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Okay, Sistas fans, hope everybody's doing well. Sadly, we still don't have the 30-second promo. It is the 22nd, and I feel like I can't really stretch this out much longer. They probably won't release the full trailer until Monday or maybe even Wednesday. But, you know, the same rules apply. I'm going to work with what we have, which is this 15-second promo in the end credit promo of episode 19. And if they release the 30-second promo and it has key dialogue or scenes that aren't included in what we have, then I'll do a follow-up video. But for now, we have about 45 seconds of content to work with, and I do have the title and synopsis, and this is one I've been eager to talk about for quite a while, ever since the title was revealed a long time ago, because I remember saying Boss Lady, and basically we knew Andy would be partner long before season 8 even aired. So Hayden humbles himself before Andy and wishes her well as she embarks on her journey. Sabrina has a somewhat unpleasant run-in with Tony when she questions him about him and Danny's misunderstanding. So there is a lot to get into. But before we move forward, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to select all. That way you are up to date whenever I post content on the channel. Now, picking up where we left off, I have no idea if Jordan actually kills Gary by strangling him, or if he's caught in the act, because Lord have mercy, it's how long he's been in the hospital? Like, well, let me back up. We know he was in there for surgery and whatnot, but in terms of ever since this season started, he's been in the hospital about what, three days. I think as this episode goes on, we're going into like the 4th day, because, you know, like when Sabrina and Rich were at dinner, or when the thugs came into Hayden and Tamara's house, this was nighttime, but obviously we moved to the next day. So I believe this is like day 4 of the season. Let me know if I'm wrong. I know it's not been 5. I know that much. But how many times have we had people just sneak into the room, like the person that put the drugs in his IV? You have like, well, who came into the room and paid $100? Who came into the room and paid $100? I forgot. Was it? No, Hayden. Yeah, Hayden came in there. Technically, he came in twice. You know, he came in earlier in the season when he tried to smother Carrie with that pillow. Then you have like Hudson trying to block everybody, like Tamara or Andy. Yeah, so there's been a crazy assortment of characters who have come into this room, and they've been stopped usually by Hudson. But I don't know, it's kind of weird, because part of me is like, so did Hudson know that Jordan was trying to possibly kill Gary and then he didn't stop him and let it happen? There are so many questions with no answers that, folks, there are only 3 episodes left. Now, here's what we do see. We see Penelope visiting her brother in jail. Jordan is locked up, full-on orange jumpsuit. This man is arrested. Now, I don't know what happens. Like I said, I have no idea if Gary's dead or not, but regardless, Penelope says the judge denied bail. So I would feel some kind of way if Jordan does kill Gary. I mean, yeah, people are like, we're sick of Gary, want him gone, but not like this. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like this is how it's supposed to go down. Now, when it comes to other elements of the Gary situation, we got Marie, and this is probably the most talked about moment of the trailer. She's in her hotel room and she's pointing and just chastising another person. That stabbing was going to give me control of Gary's assets. And it's like, oh, so does this mean she is currently in her hotel room with the person who is responsible for stabbing Gary? and the list of suspects. And look, yes, the trailer cuts away to various characters. Fatima, Hayden, Andy, Hudson, and then Zach is at his house looking at the murder board going, oh! I don't think that the trailer just showed us who the person is, like, out of these four. I mean, you could argue that, well, Jeremy, they just got us to narrow it down. I don't know. Obviously, I'm like, yo, what if it's Jasmine? Because I did theorize with Marie being a billionaire and the connection she has. What if she got, Jasmine out of her cage and then sicked her on her ex-husband to get revenge? But I don't know. I mean, people did point out that the person in the hospital who drugged the IV had, like, white skin under the glove. We saw a part of their wrist. So maybe Hudson wasn't the stabber. Maybe he was kind of in on it. Like, maybe Jasmine was released to do it, and then when the stabbing didn't kill him, Hudson disguised himself somehow and then drugged the IV, because this was all an elaborate scheme. I mean, keep in mind, Hudson, of all people, having power of attorney, and a lot of people are pointing like Marie, maybe this is a long-term scheme to kind of get back at Gary for the money she invested in his firm when he was up and coming, but then he blew the money, so this could be revenge from that. I don't know. I mean, she did tell Andy she was going to handle it, so maybe the way to get rid of Gary was through the stabbing and then take power of attorney. And I don't know. There are so many questions, but folks, I don't have a straight answer for you. It's a good question, but I don't have a good answer. So, moving on from there, we have Sabrina visiting Rich at his juice shop in the middle of what looks like a rush hour. Looks like there are a lot of customers in the store, and it's like, really? I mean, well, Jeremy, Rich always pops up to her job unannounced to start some stuff. Yeah, you're right, but this is kind of different because she literally just told this man at dinner, I called the clinic and approved Devani's sperm. I chose me. And he got up and left, rightfully so. So I don't know what exactly she's trying to do by coming to the juice shop. So like you cannot smooth things over, because I feel like they're going to write it in such a way where Rich is going to be the immature jerk, whereas any sort of animosity he points towards Sabrina is well warranted at this point, because I'm guessing this is her trying to smooth things out before she goes on that trip. And he says like, oh, so you're going on some romantic vacation with the same exact man, basically. So you're going on some romantic vacation with the guy who gave you his sperm. Okay, when it's like, obviously we know it's the work-related trip, but nah, I feel Rich on this one. Yeah, he does have temper tantrums like a kid every now and then, but in this situation, I get it. And then he goes on to say, maybe I should focus on my goals and dreams and allow you to do the same. So it's like he's going to break up with her, and now she's going to be able to tell the side story. Rich broke up with me, and it's like, no, you deserve this. Like, you, after what you just did, no, you deserve this. All right, now from there, we are at the firm. Well, actually, no, there's another scene at the airport, kind of following up from the Rich and Sabrina scene. So Sabrina's walking through the airport with Damani, and then Tony's there, and she introduces, oh, this is my colleague Damani. He's like, oh, you're the bank publisher eager to give away your sperm. Damani's like, I'm sorry, what did you say to me? But when I look at the synopsis, Sabrina has a somewhat unpleasant run-in with Tony when she questions him about him and Danny's misunderstanding. So why is she talking to Tony about this situation? Like, I don't know. Because I feel like this is probably more fuel to the fire, where Tony might say something, then Sabrina calls Danny, and then that leads to that very awkward scene later at the firm, which we will get to in a moment. Let's take a quick stop by the salon. I could not understand what Pam said. I just heard like cha-ching. I don't know what she said. But Karen says, I'm not exploding my babies for cash flow. Karen, you better get this money. You better get this money, because look, Aaron is seemingly financially stable and he wants to be there for you and the kids. Zach is going through it right now. I mean, his money's low. He's a stay-at-home dad. His pregnant fiance is the only one working. Plus, he already has a 3-year-old he has full custody of. And Fatima's pregnant. So you better do what you got to do, because what did Marie say? If you double your product sales over the next couple of weeks, I'll make sure Roots to Riches is retailing on billboards. So, yeah, you better sell. All right. Then the last thing is Andy in the conference room with Robin, Zatima, and all the other partners. I don't think Hayden's in the room, but I'm officially managing partner at Benson, Jones, and Leland. And I'm thinking like, well, wouldn't it technically be Benson, Jones, and Leland and Barnes? Wait, wasn't Leland the one that died, right? So wouldn't it be Benson, Jones, and Barnes? I don't know. Oh, but anyway, they're all applauding. Robin is too. And Fatima was like, that's my girl. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all going to call me a hater. I ain't going to say it. So then we move on to the final scene of the end credit promo. And we see in the same boardroom, Andy with Danny and Tony. And she's like, why is my client the only one suspended? Why not Tony Royal? And Tony's like, me? And I'm just sitting here like, yep, this is going to be one of them things where all the men are going to be shat on, but the women are going to win in the end. And I'm just sitting here like, man, it's some BS. So you all know how I feel about it. I talked about it extensively. Like, Danny's suspension was not linked to the relationship. She was rightfully suspended for the coffee incident. Whatever. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.